Good evening, everyone. Good evening. How is everybody doing this evening? I hope today has been a great day for everyone that is out here listening in on this right now. It's your boy, Damon, and I'm here with the DK and Tree podcast. How is everybody doing? Where's everybody at? I hope that this weather that we've been having around here stays this way because last week we was roasting. Hey, like to come on. Like I said, if it's things on my mind, I love to come talk about it. I love to come share it. I love to just come just have a conversation. I do. So today's topic. Don't give up. Don't give up. Um, People that knows me is people that's tight with me. We're very tight, very close knit. We're family. I don't look at us as friends. We're family. And sometimes, family just need to reach out to other family. Hey, just check on someone. Make sure they're okay. Because life be life and it's too much stuff that's going on out here. And I'm gonna give you an instance. I got two. So I'm gonna start with the first one. And a friend of mine, we're very tight, and was going through some stuff. And one thing about me is I try. I'm not the best at it, but I try to keep in touch with people. Just check on them, see how they doing. Might send them a message here and there. Hey, just checking on you, make sure you're good, this and that. But when you don't hear from certain people, I'm like, okay, why haven't I heard from you? What's going on? Are you okay? This and that. So you get them on the phone, they get talking, say, hey, I done went through A, B, and Z. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And this happened. And as a result of this happening, this has happened and this has happened. And I said to him, I say, well, hey, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you reach out to me? I said, when I look at you and we tight, we family. You don't have to go through things by yourself. You don't have to hold things by yourself. If you need to talk, this is what we supposed to do. We supposed to help each other out. We supposed to talk to each other. We supposed to make sure each other is okay, especially if we call each other friends. So, I just told him, I said, listen, I said, we all go through things. And like I said, one person's struggle, someone else's struggle, and someone else's struggle. I ain't perfect. I struggle. But the simple fact that when you have a support network, reach out to them because the simple fact that, again, some people just can't fathom or whatever they're going through, that they just can't get through that situation. So sometimes you just need help, need advice, need someone to talk to. So, in talking to them, I said, hey, listen, there ain't never a time you can't pick up their phone and call me. Never a time. You can pick up the phone and call me no matter what time it is. If you're going through something you need to talk about it, this is why I'm here. That's what it is. And that's what I do with my friends. If I'm going through something, I'll call them. It may take me a little bit to call them, but I'll call them and say, hey, look, this is what I'm going through, blah, 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 this and that. And, it's just to keep the communication open because, again, you never know what someone's mental psyche is. And you just never know what can happen, what they may go through, and what extremes they may resort to. And like I said, it was two instances, but in both incidents, they both said the same thing to me, and it just bothered me. They both said I felt like a failure, and I had a problem with the statement. And the reason I had a problem with the statement is because of the simple fact that for someone that's struggled and whatever, the only time you're a failure is when you give up. As long as you don't give up, you'll never be a failure. If you have to bite, scratch, and crawl, as long as you keep doing something, you will never be a failure. And I told him that. I said, when you quit, that's when you become the failure. As long as you don't quit, you'll never become a failure. I said, we're not going to speak that into existence and we're not going to talk about that at all. I said, because you're not a failure. I said, you're here for a purpose. And I said, your purpose ain't up. So you haven't failed at anything. Do we have setbacks in life? Yes, we do. We have plenty of setbacks, but you're never a failure. So what I did was I was like, no, we need to change that philosophy. You're not a failure. Again, you are not quitting at all. You're going to get through this. And I said, it's going to be okay. And, whoever you believe in, your higher power, you got to trust and believe that process with them, because God don't let his people fail. And again, if you don't give up, you won't fail. So, like I said, just reaching out to both of them, and I was just saying, y'all not failures. Y'all got this. And in the other instance, my other friend, and I was just sent text messages back and forth, just saying, hey, look at this, look at this. And got a text message back. And the text message pretty much said, I'm in a little trouble. And I automatically picked up the phone. I'm like, what's wrong? Because of the simple fact that, again, you just can't quit in anything that you do. When you quit, when you give up, that's when there's no hope. But as long as you quit. So I listened to what was going on. I listened to the problem. I said, well, hey, look, let's do ABC to get this resolved and whatever. And person was like, hey, I was really in the dark spot. And pretty much I'm going to say this. The turtles that she saw was her angels. And I appreciate the turtles. I really do. They were her angels. And it was plenty of turtles. It was protecting her. They're saying, hey, there's no reason for you to go down this road at all. And I appreciate those turtles. And I told her, I said, nah, we got to change your program. I said, we can't sit here and just allow you to even go down that road. We're not going down that road. I said, let's think about this. Let's put this plan together and let's get you through this. I said, because that's not the way to go at all. And again, just like the first instance, she said, I felt like a failure. And again, I had a problem with that because of the simple fact that, again, we all go through things in life. We do. We all go through things in life. But you're not a failure unless you quit. And one thing about me is I'm not going to quit. I'll find a way. I'll scratch. I'll crawl. Mount Everest, they said a mountain that could never be climbed. It's been climbed plenty of times. Just imagine life as your Mount Everest and you're going to climb it. You're going to conquer it. You're going to defeat it. So what I'm saying is this. If you got somebody that you're close to or whatever, check on them, please. The reason I say check on them is because you never know what someone's going through. And if it wasn't for me just sitting up there, just sending a random text about anything, I wouldn't have never known what was going on. Yep, absolutely. I see you, amen, and figure it out on answer. Yeah, you always figure it out. There's always a better way. There's always a better way. But again, like I said, if you're with someone, check on them. Check if somebody's supposed to check on them. Because again, you just never know what someone's going through. And for me to deal with that over the weekend, not one, but two people that's close to me, I was like, wow, double whammy. So it was just so good that I reached out to them and they reached out to me because something just told me, hey, reach out to them. And that's what I did. And even with family, I just saw my cousin. She liked the post that's on here and all that. And like I said, I need to get better with reaching out to people because sometimes we get wrapped up with work, consumed with things, and we just let things fall by the wayside. But life is precious. Life is very, very precious. You live for today because tomorrow we might not be here. You live for that minute because the next minute we may not be. You just never know what is going to happen. That's just going to be, that's it. And it's nothing else we can do when the man calls us home. Everybody's been in traffic before. The traffic sometimes takes a while to get out, but you get out of it. Absolutely. Because again, everybody gets in the traffic. We do. We all get in the traffic, but we just got to get ourselves out of it. Like I said, with traffic jams, with anything like this, we will make a way because again, we got to stick together for each other. Again, we got to reach out. Like I said, I'm guilty of it. Sometimes I don't reach out right away too, and I get better. It's just for those two. that I got in touch with this weekend, and they laid the whammy on me. I was like, man, that's okay. But guess what? We got a plan. We're going to get through this. So I wanted to come on here and just talk about that. But hey, don't give up. That's my title. Don't give up, because if you give up, there's nothing you can do. But if you keep fighting, you keep pushing forward. And I tell everybody this all the time: no storm lasts forever at all. Guess what? The sun is always out over top of those clouds. So when that storm is over, that storm is over, and you will get out of that. You will get out that storm, and you're going to look at this and you're going to be like, I never thought that I could actually be on the other end of this. And you look back at it and you're like, wow, I made it through that. And that's where your strength comes from, because you are a stronger person because of this. You are a much, much stronger person because of this. But again, if they're listening, just know, hey, listen, I consider y'all family, not just friends. I consider you family. And if you're family to me, I see you, Auntie. You need to make it up this way. I got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I get you down here. Come on down. But yeah, another thing I want to hop on also, all that is this. People out here, why do we want to knock each other? Or why do we want to put each other down? I'm the type of person like this. I'll give you the shirt off my back if I think it will help you better. I would never try to knock somebody or hold somebody down or feel as though I'm better than someone else, because I'm not. I'm living for me and me only. That's it. But you got people out here that will hate on other people for no reason. And what's the reason for? Why do you have to throw shade at someone else, or why you got to hate on somebody else? Why can't you be happy for that person, and then you just try to be happy in yourself? And you find a lot of people out here that's not happy with themselves, so they try to hate on other people. Absolutely, Auntie. And stop hating on someone else. I'm not going to hate on you. Hey, if you did something to get to where you were, or you shining where you were, congratulations to you. Again, I ain't trying to hate on you. I reminded myself that I'm the little girl that pulled my pants down and told my daddy to beat me boldly. I bet on myself in the face of danger, laughing out now. I see you, Ron. Comment off Instagram. But here's my thing. Here's my thing. Again, why are we hating on each other? That's self-destruction in the biggest form. Listen, if I want to help you be successful, I'm gonna try to help you be successful. I'm not gonna sit here and try to knock you, hold you down. If I got some information that can help you be better, I'm gonna share it with you. I'm not selfish with information. I'm not a selfish person. Listen, I love when we all make it. If we all make it, we all good. If one don't make it, there's a chain. There's a chain that needs to be fixed. Plain and simple. It's just like when I teach different classes and stuff like that. And I tell my students, I tell my class, I said, if one fails, I didn't do my job. If you didn't get something, I didn't do my job. Because the simple fact that I'm here to teach you, you're here to learn it. And if you didn't get something, I didn't do something right. So that's where I have to look at myself. So why would I try to hold something to try to make someone else better? I want to make someone better. I want to make sure that they be successful. I've taught many, many, many classes, and everyone has said the same thing in reviews, that we loved it. We loved the way you taught. Because the simple fact that I'm going to teach you everything I got. Because guess what? If I keep this knowledge to myself, who's it benefiting? No one. It ain't benefit me to keep it to myself. So I want to try to help elevate you. Stop hating on people. Okay? Try to be great yourself, or try to get the knowledge to be great. But you just sitting there hating on someone or hating on this and that, you the one with the problem. You're the one with the problem. And my thing with this is that, again, I prefer to help someone than hurt them. Have I done my fair share, have my fair share of mistakes in life? Yes, I have. I'm not perfect, but I learned from it and I kept it moving because it's made me a better person today. I'm not going to hate on you. If I say I got your back, I got your back. And there's a couple people on here that knows that firsthand. If I say I got your back, I got your back. But again, I just wanted to come on here and share those couple of things. Please check on your peoples. If you close to them, check on them because you never know what they're going through. And stop hating on people. It makes no sense. What we hating on each other for? I'm just trying to figure that one out. Why are we hating on each other? When you're going to make a revenue stream, teaching is a God-given role. Hey, you know something? You know something, Ron? Yeah, I'm gonna call you on that. Yeah, we'll definitely get that. Absolutely, that's love. Absolutely, that's love. Because the simple fact that, again, if you are in my circle, everybody know how I roll with people that's in my circle. We tight. We thick as thieves. And I love them. They love me. And we're going to keep that going. And that's facts. Yes, it is. What I'm saying is this. And I preached this plenty of times before, and I did a podcast on this about what family means to me. If I said you family, you are family. There ain't no, oh, you may be here. No, you just, if I say you are family, you are family. And a lot of people don't understand that concept. And then some people are jealous of the concept that how can somebody be this tight with someone and not be this way? I love you too, Auntie. And my thing is this again, if we family, we family. I've had friends in my circle that's 20 plus years, 20 plus. We've been through thick and thin together. And that will not change ever, ever. But my thing of it is this. I've never hated on them and they've never hated on me. They've checked on me. I checked on them. Again, please, if you got somebody you tight with, check on them, please. And again, we supposed to be sticking together. This is one of the big things that we don't do is stick together. And when they don't stick together, look what the chaos and hierarchy is going on because we're not sticking together. Stick together. Tell your family that you love them. If you got somebody that's tight that you call family, tell them that you love them. Tell your friends that you're tight with that you love them. But check on them also because, again, you never know what they're going through. That was weighing heavy on me. Like I said, those two friends of mine was weighing heavy on me after they told me what was going on with them. And I always try to come and get a message out. Everything. Love you too, bestie. I always come in here and get a message out because the simple fact that this is just not just here. It reaches way beyond me. And I try to get a message out there to say, hey, we need to check on each other. We need to make sure we're okay. We need to make sure that we lift each other out and not drag each other down, which a lot of people seem to do these days. They want to drag you down. But again, I thank you, each and every last one of you, from Instagram to every other platform that I'm on here speaking on, that have listened to my voice. And if you didn't comment, thank you for listening. I appreciate you all. I'm going to sign off here. But again, you know, football season is here. And we watching these preseason games, and it's on and popping. You see that Baltimore Ravens logo behind me. Always rep them. So, again, football season about to ramp up. Again, I got a couple more shows that's coming up. Domestic violence show. Haven't been able to get that one because the schedule has been kind of off with me and the person. But I got two people that's going to talk about some domestic violence stuff. Again, we're going to get that message out there because, again, that's not cool. Domestic violence is not cool. And it's not talked about enough. So we're going to get this message out here. Again, thank you for turning in. I appreciate each and every last one of you. And in my last note, I'm going to say this. Go Ravens. See y'all later.